going to start a new chapter, that is association of attributes. It is a seventh chapter, unit 7, that is association of attributes. Here we have already heard the term attribute. Okay, here what is the attribute? Here the qualitative characteristics which varies from unit to unit is called attribute. The qualitative characteristics which varies from unit to unit is called attribute. Means it is non-numerically measurable quality characteristics. Non-numerically measurable quality characteristics is said to be attribute. Then what is a variable? It is a numerically measurable. That is quantitative characteristics which varies from unit to unit is called variable. Means numerically measurable quality characteristics is a variable. Then what is the attribute? That is non-numerically measurable quality characteristics is a attribute. Here, then what is the association? What is the association of attributes? Here, the relationship between, what is association? Here the relationship between attributes is called association. The relationship between two attributes is called association. See, what is association? The relationship between two attributes is called association. Here A and B are the two attributes. Here A and B are the two attributes. Variable means the relationship between two. Okay, here the relationship between, okay, here that is variable. Here x and y are the two variables. We have already discussed the previous chapters. X and y are the two variables. Here A and B are the two attributes. Here the attributes are denoted by capital A and capital B. Capital A and capital B. Here the relationship between the attributes such as sex and literacy. Here sex and literacy is the attribute. Here sex is A and literacy is B. Here again can be classified, sex can be classified into male and female. Literacy, educated and uneducated, literates and illiterates. It again the literacy can be classified into literates and illiterates. Here these are two attributes. Here the relationship between sex and literacy is said to be association. These are the two attributes or associations. Okay. The next, literacy and employment. The next example, literacy and employment. Here literacy and employment. Here literacy is denoted by A and employment is B. Here literacy means literates and illiterates. And the employment, again the employment can be classified into employed and unemployed. Employed and unemployed. Okay. It is said to be association. The relationship between two attributes is called association. Okay, here the capital letters A and B are used to represent the capital letters. Otherwise, see here in the discussion of attributes, the data can be classified presence and absence in a particular characteristics. Here the data can be classified presence and absence in a particular characteristics. Presence and absence. Here the capital letters A and B are used to represent the presence of indicates A and B. A, B are used to represent the units possesses the A and B. The number of units, the number of which represents the number of units possesses A and B and B. Here A and B are the presents. It is the presents. The next Greek letter letters alpha, ALPH, alpha and beta, alpha, beta, BETA, beta are used to represent absence of attributes A and B respectively. Here the Greek letters alpha and beta indicates absence of attributes A and B respectively. Here A indicates present, here alpha is a absence. Suppose if A is man, alpha is woman. Here suppose B is smokers, beta is non-smokers. Here A is presence and alpha and beta indicates the absence of attributes A and B. Absence of attributes A and B. Here once again the capital letters A and B are used to represent the presence of attributes A and B respectively. Here the Greek letters alpha and beta are used to represent the absence of attributes A and B respectively. Here A, B represents the presence and alpha and beta represents the absence of attributes A and B. Reverse. Suppose if A is literate and alpha is a illiterate. A represents literates and alpha represents illiterates. B represents educated and beta represents uneducated. Just got it? Okay. Next one. For example, once again, one more thing. The observations in the classes. The observation here, you have already heard the term class frequency. The number of observations belonging to a particular class is called class frequency. Okay. The number of observations belonging to a particular class is said to be class frequency. Here, the observations in different classes. The observations in different classes. The observations in different classes are called class frequency. The observations in different classes are called class frequency. Okay. Here, for example, if A is a AB is a one class frequency, here the value is 3. It is said to be class frequency. Here, the observations in different classes are called class frequency. For example, A, B, AB, alpha, beta, etc. are said to be class frequency. Here A, B, AB, alpha, beta, A beta, the next beta, only beta, are etc. said to be class frequency. That's what is class frequency? The observations in different classes different classes is said to be class frequency. Okay, next one more example. For example, here, for example, here A represents number of men. Here A represents number of men. Alpha represents number of women. B represents number of smokers. Beta represents number of non-smokers. That is absence. Non-smokers. Here A represents number of men, alpha represents number of women, B represents number of smokers, and beta represents number of non-smokers. Okay, here the combinations of attributes are denoted by combination means two attributes. The combinations of attributes are denoted by are denoted by the combination of attributes are denoted by AB, alpha beta, A beta, alpha b. Here the combinations of attributes are denoted by combination. Here AB is our combination, alpha beta is another combination, A beta is third combination, and fourth combination is alpha b. Here the combinations of attributes are denoted by AB, alpha beta, A beta, alpha b. Okay, here AB represents see, and AB represents that is men smokers. Here AB indicates what? Men smokers. Men smokers. The next alpha beta. Alpha beta represents. Okay, here alpha beta represents women non-smokers. Women non-smokers. Women non-smokers. The next A beta represents A beta. Here A beta represents men non-smokers. Men non-smokers. And alpha b represents alpha b represents women smokers. Women smokers. See, yes, got it? Here the combinations of attributes are denoted by combinations means two. Here represented by AB, alpha beta, A beta, alpha b. Here AB indicates men smokers, AB indicates men smokers. Next alpha beta indicates women non-smokers, A beta indicates men smokers, and last one is alpha b represents women smokers. Here the above information can be presented in the form of the above information can be represented in the form of 2 cross 2 contingency table. The above information can be presented in the form of 2 cross 2 contingency table as follows. Here A alpha total, B beta total. Here it indicates AB, it is AB cell. Here alpha B cell, here beta, alpha beta. Here is the total of B C. Here total is, that is B total, it is beta total, A total, it is last one is alpha total. It is a capital N. It is a capital N. Here, so here the observations in different classes. Okay, these are classes. This is first class, second class, third, and fourth. Here, the observations in different classes are called class frequency. Here, AB is our class frequency. Alpha B is the second class frequency. A beta is the third class frequency, and alpha beta is the fourth class frequency. Fourth class frequencies. Okay. Here, AB indicates what? It is A is a different man, alpha is woman, B is smoker, and beta is non-smokers. Otherwise, A man, B, alpha is woman, B is literates, and beta is illiterates. Means here men literates are men illiterates are women literates are women illiterates. It is total. And that is both men total, women total, literates total, and illiterates total. Okay, that's got it. Okay, it is an example for association. Okay, the next one. The data classified according to according to attributes and represented by A. And here the data classified according to attributes and represented by a table is called a contingency table. Contingency table. Here once again the data classified according to attributes. What is the contingency table? It is again said to be contingency table. Here the data classified according to. Here these are data. It is the body of the table. It is said to be body of the table. Means here the body of the table contains numerical data. Here the data classified according to attributes. These are the attributes. We have total two attributes A and B, and represented by table. And represented by table is called a contingency table. It is said to be 2 cross 2 contingency table. Okay, next the above table. Here the above table excluding the marginal totals. The above table excluding the marginal total means here A alpha B beta. It is said to be marginal total. In the above table excluding the marginal totals. Here A alpha B beta. It is said to be marginal total. Okay, here in the above table excluding the marginal total, there are 2 rows and 2 columns. Here there are 2 rows and 2 columns. Here 2 rows and 2 columns are there. Here definitely 2 rows and 2 columns are there. 2 rows and 2 columns are called 2 cross 2 contingency table. The table has 9 cells. The table has 9 cells. The table has 9 cells. Here, the table has 9 cells. Means here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here, the table has 9 cells. Then this table is said to be 9 square table. The table has 9 cells. Total table contains 9 cells. Okay, hence it is also called as a 9 square table. Hence, it is also called as 9 square table. 9 square table. It is also said to be 9 square because there are totally 2 rows and 2 columns are there. That is said to be 2 columns, 2 quadrant table. The table has total 9 cells, and it is also called as a 9 square table. It is also called as a 9 square table. Okay. Next one. One class and 2 classes. What is a one class and two classes? One class frequency and two class frequency. What is a one class and two class frequency? A class having one attribute is known as class of the first order. A class having only one attribute. A class having only one attribute is called first class frequency. It is said to be one class or first class frequency. It is said to be first class frequency. Okay, first order frequency is called first order frequency. Here, a class having only one attribute. Here, alpha A is a one attribute. Alpha is one attribute. B is one attribute, and beta. Here, A, alpha, B, beta are said to be one first class attribute or one class frequency. So next, the combinations of two attributes. The class of combination of two attributes is called second order frequency. Is called second order frequency. Here, the class of combinations of two attributes. Here, AB, alpha B, A beta, and alpha beta are said to be second order frequencies. Okay. Next one. Here, A, alpha, B, beta are called first order frequency. The next, AB, alpha, beta, A alpha, B beta are called alpha B are called second order frequency. Here capital N is a zero order frequency. Here capital N is that is number of observation. Here capital N indicates number of observation. Here capital is a zero order frequency. It is said to be here no attribute to indicate. Here there are no attributes to indicate. Therefore, it is a zero order frequency. Here A, alpha, B, beta are said to be first order frequency, and AB, alpha, beta, A, alpha, beta are said to be second order frequency, and N is said to be, that is number of observation. N is the number of observation. It is said to be zero order frequency. The capital N is said to be zero order frequencies. Okay. Next one is methods of association. Methods of association. Here, there totally 5 methods are there. Methods of association. Here, there totally 5 methods are there. One is comparison of observed and expected frequencies method. Here, the first method is comparison of observed and expected frequency method. Second one is proportional method. Third one is Yule's coefficient of association. Yule's coefficient of association. Fourth one is coefficient of collision. Coefficient of collision. And fifth method is coefficient of contingency. Coefficient of contingency. Here, there are totally 5 methods are there. The first one is comparison of observed and expected frequencies method. Second one is proportion method. Third one is Yule's coefficient of association. And fourth one is coefficient of collision. And fifth one is coefficient of contingency. Okay, in your syllabus, only one method is there. That is Yule's coefficient of association. Here, we are discussing only one method. The remaining 4 methods are not there in your syllabus. Only we are dealing with the Yule's coefficient of association. Now let us start Yule's coefficient of association. Yule's coefficient of association. Here, the degree of 2 attributes is associated can be measured using the degree of 2 association. The degree of the 2 association or 2 attributes. Here, the degree of 2 attributes can be presented, can be measured by using Yule's coefficient of association. Yeah, the degree of the 2 attributes can be measured using Yule's coefficient of association. That is yeah, the degree degree of means it is positive or negative or constant, independent. You have to mention here the degree of the two attributes can be measured by using Joule's coefficient of association. That is negatively associated next positively associated and positively associated and independent of attributes. Independent of attributes A and B respectively. Here the degree of the two attributes can be measured by using Joule's coefficient of association. That is negatively associated or positively associated or independent of attributes A and B respectively. Independent of attributes A and B respectively. Here the Joule's coefficient of association is denoted by Q. Joule's coefficient of association is denoted by Q. It is denoted by Q. Joule's coefficient of association is denoted by symbol is Q. Joule's coefficient of association symbol is Q. It is denoted by Q. And it is obtained by applying the formula, and it is obtained by applying the formula that is Q equal to AB alpha beta minus A alpha okay, A alpha next alpha beta divided by AB alpha beta plus it is A beta alpha B. A beta alpha B. It is a Joule's coefficient of association formula. That is AB alpha beta minus A beta alpha B, AB alpha beta plus A beta into alpha B. Okay, next interpretation. Notations. Here, the Joule's coefficient of association lies between plus or minus 1. Here, the Joule's coefficient of association, that is Q, lies between plus or minus 1. Here, it lies between plus or minus 1. That is Q is a Joule's coefficient of association. It lies between minus 1 to plus 1. Here Q is a Joule's coefficient of association. It lies between less than or equal to, that is Q lies between minus 1 to plus 1, including minus 1 and plus 1. Okay. Suppose if the value of Q is plus 1, when the value of Q is plus 1, then there is a perfect positive association. Perfect positive association between association. See here, suppose it exactly equivalent value is plus 1, then there is a positively associated. Yeah, suppose if exact q value is exactly 1, then there is a perfect positive association. Okay, when the value of q is minus 1, q is minus 1, exactly minus 1, then there is a perfect negative association. Perfect negative association. Suppose if q value is exactly minus 1, then there is a perfect negative association. And when the value of q is exactly 0, then it is the association is independent. Here, suppose if q value is 0, exactly 0, then q value is exactly 0. Okay. The two attributes are independent. If exactly q value is 0, then the two attributes are independent. That's why interpretation here. The Euler's coefficient of association lies between, that is q lies between minus 1 to plus or minus. Okay, minus 1 to plus 1. Here the notations, when the value of q is exactly 1, then there is a perfectly positively associated. If q value is minus 1, then there is a perfectly negatively associated. If q value is 0, then the two attributes means a and b are independent. Okay, these are the notations involved in the Euler's coefficient of association. Okay. In the next class, we shall discuss the problems based on Euler's coefficient of association. In the next class, we shall discuss about the problems based on Euler's coefficient of association. Okay. Thank you.